EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Such a great tradition. Thanksgiving Day in the NFL. So happy to be a part of it as well. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, think about it. Detroit 1934, Dallas 1966. That's where the seeds for this thing has been planted. 3 games during the day and night. Now, I love that we call it the John Madden Thanksgiving celebration.
And it doesn't matter whether you're a player, a coach, a fan at home, or in our case, Mike, here in the booth broadcasting the game. NFL football and Thanksgiving, those two things go together. And man, how fortunate are we to have a front row seat for another special NFL tradition, John Madden Thanksgiving celebration. Let's go.
The punter, Jack Fox, handling the kickoffs. And off we go from Ford Field. DeAndre Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears come out with their quarterback, Caleb Williams. All of Chicago hoping this is the man who can finally answer that long search for a franchise quarterback for the Bears. He won the Heisman. He's the #1 overall pick in this past year's draft.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Room to run right away. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
1st and 10. Another run here, another run by Swift. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Williams will go underneath to Komet on the screen. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
And that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, 2nd in the league in passing a season ago.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, and he's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading this Lions team to the NFC Championship just a season ago. He has his eyes set on taking that next step, and a strong performance here certainly help him achieve that goal.
They run with the former Bear, David Montgomery. And not a whole lot there, up to about the 25.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. And he is very close to the first down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
Throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and
set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
so after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and but most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He's got the hook up there to Odunze. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but essentially overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
On the bootleg, it's Williams. To the back of the end. Got it! Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Chicago.
First possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now away with 6, so that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with the
Santos at the point after. It's up and through. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as return. It's Khalil Dorsey. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They face 2nd down and 7. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, The other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick, so it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Williams. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention? Because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They will run it over center with Swift. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Torrey Taylor now. He'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Patrick motioning here. On 1st down, it's Goff. That one taken in by St. Brown. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Slot man in motion right. On the jet sweep, the give to St. Brown. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
This is just another creative wrinkle that they can add to their offense to help move the chains. They don't do a ton of sweeps throughout the course of the game, but they do just enough here and there to keep the defense guessing.
Now Montgomery. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Jaquan Brisker there to bring him down. Second and 7. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert 1st downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
First and goal, and here's Montgomery. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up second and goal.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Patrick motioning here. Quick throw, taken in.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding up.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Rock right. Touchdown, Lions. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Velus Jones now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's first and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. It's second down.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete. The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it'll be third down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when fourth and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Goff going to throw here on first and 10. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Williams in motion. Goff to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Here's third down and a few inches. They'll try and run it here with Montgomery. Good job on the ground to pick it up. Mark it at the 38, move those chains. First down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 36-yard line.
One more time for Montgomery. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Lions first down. So we are through one on this Thanksgiving Day. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now the second-year man out of Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs. Powerful running there, stiff-arming his way for a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. To throw is Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And he's going to be taken down.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
To throw is Goff. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll run with Gibbs. A dive, and he's in! Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Carter on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The 3-4 defense, Mike, is predicated on the big man over the center, the nose tackle. He's big, he's strong, he takes up the entire middle of the defense, and that's exactly what we just saw in that play. He makes the stop for no gain.
Throwing on second down, Williams. Over the middle, that's Komet. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a third down and 4. Throwing is Williams. Open man, right side. He's got it. They get 18 on that one. Good for a Bears first down.
This is the connection that Bears fans have been dreaming about since these two guys were drafted in this previous spring's draft. I mean, they think they have one of the more formidable young quarterback wide receiver duos in the entire league. Williams, first overall pick. Odunze, number 9. The future looks bright in Chicago.
On first down, it's Swift. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That is caught downfield by Odunze. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Here's Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
On second down, it's a run with Swift. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. He's into the end zone. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Bears. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
On incentives for the PAT. He's got it. And the Bears will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. The ball comes out. The Bears have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On second down, Goff. Catch is made by Wright. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Look him up on a second down and 8. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A run up the gut with Montgomery. And he'll get this close to a first down. It's about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. That's taken in. And he's going to have a Lions, and he's going to have the Jets ball.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Straight ahead, it's Montgomery. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. That's into the hands of the receiver, Patrick.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Williams in motion. Going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Another shot at it from the 9. 2nd down and goal. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. One more time with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down. Let's call. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Touchdown, Lions.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes deep. You can throw the ball. The field is wider, long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand. Let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Bates now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Lions have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Carter on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. To the left side. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get out to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
On first and 10, it's Williams. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Amik Robertson. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
On first down, it's Goff. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On the handoff, it's Montgomery. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
From the gun, it's Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
On the return, it's Carter. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Set to go now on first and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So it'll be first and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll go again with Swift. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Look at the 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Williams. That is left side and taken in by Allen. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
Back-to-back, gains of 10 yards, and back-to-back 1st downs. Williams to the air once more. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He'll try to run for it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And it looked like one of the Bears was able to get in there. He did, so the ball stays with Chicago. On 4th down, it's Cairo Santos on for the Bears field goal. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. Santos's kick is good. And the Bears will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in the 1st half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Goff to throw on 1st down. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll go right back to Laporta. And that here's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
3rd down, 3 to go. To throw is Goff. That is brought in. And he will go all the way. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
Here's Bates for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead.
17.
So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard mark. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Williams. Off balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. To return it, it's Dorsey. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. So they start this on the ground with Montgomery. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
A good spot here, second and a yard. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot. It's going to be enough to move the chains.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Goff with the give to Montgomery. A nice pickup moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
The tackle made by Kevin Byard. It's a big number 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 42-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Montgomery. And he'll bring this up to the 48-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll go play action with Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
2nd and a yard. Here's Goff. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Back at the 47-yard line.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Goff to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on 3rd down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Now a give to Montgomery, heading right. Space hard to come by there. Tackle made right around the 40-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Here's a screen set up for Gibbs.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has a decision to make.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This will be a 48-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Lions will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Now he takes off. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Swift. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
What I love most about this was just the ability of the quarterback, Mike, to so quickly go through his progression. You see early on at the top of his drop, his eyes are downfield. Quickly realizes there's not a lot of opportunities downfield. Check it down to your back and see if he can pick up the rest after the catch and move the chains with his legs.
Williams on the RPO, going to get it out to Odunze. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He'll go right back to Komet. He's got it again. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal.
Powering forward. He's in. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Chicago. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Santos for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bears will cut the deficit to 7.
31. Bears 24.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return it, it's Dorsey. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the gun, it's Goff. Along the sideline, Williams pulls it in. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
As they pick up a 3, brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 7. Now Goff. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, Detroit.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
This is where run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
That is brought in at the 10. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone.
Bates now for the extra point. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Another run here. Another run by Swift. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On third down, it's Williams. A high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
The Bears send out their punt team, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A fair catch signal, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. Second down and 8. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. One more time for Montgomery. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Second down, Montgomery. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Williams. That'll be taken in by Moore. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They will run it over center with Swift. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's taken in. And we brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. We're on to the 4th on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears sending out their punt team. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully. And that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. On 1st down, it's Goff. Catch is made. That is Williams. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Here's 2nd and 2. Williams in motion. Quick throw here is complete. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a 1st down. Throwing here is Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of, That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a complete.
And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. Here's Goff. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he will dive into the end zone. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Off play action. Here's Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it's going to lead to a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. What a play on 4th and long. 36 yards.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punt.
Now it looks like Dan Campbell will go ahead and throw the red challenge flag here.
Previous play is under review.
At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
To the 5-yard line. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Now, Goff. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. That one taken in. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that touchdown. Snap for the extra point. Both teams ready to go once more.
their own 28-yard line.
First and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Looking middle and complete with Allen.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Throwing on second down, Williams. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. Fourth and a couple. They'll go. It's Swift. And he indeed picks up a Bears first down. They get it easily. It was 4th and 1, and the pickup was 5.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
This pass caught right side. It's Allen.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
On second down, it's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Ifotu Melifonwu.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. Again, 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the handoff, it's Montgomery. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They run out of the gun with Montgomery.
David Montgomery, the ball carrier. Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's fourth down.
The Lions will punt this ball away. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. The throw on the run is complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
These wide, outside the number throws, this is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. They'll go underneath to Komet on the screen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll go play action here with Williams. He's got his big target, Everett. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Look wide. Get this one complete. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping him short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
And he's going to have the Bears' 1st down. Oh, they take a chance there on 4th and 1, but it's a gain of 3 and a new set of downs.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing is Williams. He'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
They came up a little bit short there on 3rd down, but I think the reality is, Mike, they've been in 4-down territory for a while now. You find yourself down multiple scores, you cannot afford to waste any of these possessions.
Here it is on 4th down.
DeAndre Swift, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. That is caught to the goal line and in. Cole Kmet, touchdown Bears. On is Santos for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Bears are able to edge a bit closer.
Bears 31.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an outside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Lions offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Montgomery. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On the ground, Montgomery. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On 1st and 10, it's Montgomery. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
So it's a win here for the Lions. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.